Alright, so for the last part we're going to do is the wheel. The wheel we're going to do another cross-sectional view, and we're going to do something called a detail where we zoom in on it. So how we do that is, let me undo it all first. And okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take this, and since I've already built my wheel, I know that I really want it to be etched over here just a little bit more. Down there. This guy can come in a little bit more, and this word goes right here, and he can kind of come in here. And that gives me a nice amount of space, and he can kind of go up a little bit there. And that gives me a good amount of space to do my wheel in. Now I'm going over here and click on base, and I'm going to pick my wheel. Okay, now with the wheel, there are a lot of ways to do this, but I want my wheel to look a certain way, so I'm going to arrange it so alright, so there's my, I actually want my front. There it is. I actually want my, is it my bottom? Okay, that's my back view. Right here is my circles, and then I want that circle to be right here. So that's the hitch peg part right there. You can't really see it real well because of the wheel color, but it is on the left corner. Now, it's a bit of a pain to do this, but believe me, it's worth it. Finish custom view, and we're going to put that right there, and we're going to keep our 2:1 scale. And then I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to go and hit escape. I'm going to come over here, click this guy, and just pull him in a little bit more. And this guy, move him over just a smidge. Okay, now I'm going to do a section view, except for this time I'm going to, this part here, I'm going to start up here. And I want it to go through the center. So go to the center. I want it to go through the center of that and pull it up just a little bit right there. And that's my section view. And then I'm going to hit right click continue. And we'll go over and put him right here. Then I'm going to take and project this view, get the isometric, create, and take him, pull it over here. And then I'm going to and after doing all of that work, this is wrong. Go back here, click on that, and I don't need the back, I want the front. And that should update everything. And not quite right. Do this, and I'm going to rotate it that way. And And that way. So hey, I went dead on front. Update everything. Hit OK. And that's what I want. So I wanted my front dead on like that. So it looks like this. The reason I wanted it to was I had this view right here. Now I'm going over here and click on detail, and I'm going to click in the center of the detail I want, and I'm going to zoom out till I got the detail that I want. It didn't like it, so I'm going to try again. There we go. It still doesn't like it, so let me try it one more time. And it's really not happy with me. Now when I went and did this when I wasn't recording, it worked perfectly. First time out of the gate. None of this. There we go. So you have to kind of click on both edges, and there is my detail that I'm going to bring up over here. Okay, now I'm going to start working on dimensioning. So first thing I'm going to do is double click on this guy. I'm going to name him part 5 wheel. Double click again. Remember to turn that light on. There. This is my section BB. That's fine. And over here, this guy, I'm going to uncheck that lock, and I'm going to make him 3 to 1. Because I have a bit of dimensioning to do on him. And I want to see hidden lines. Hit OK. And there's my 4 to 1 detailed scale. Alright, and now we start dimensioning. And this, ooh, lots of fun here. So, go over here to annotate. Go over here, annotate, and start doing my center circles. I'm going to start with this guy right here. Okay, got my center circles. And dimension. Get the radius for that. Get the radius. Hit OK. Get the radius for this. Escape. Dimension. Get the radius for that guy right there. Hit OK. And then I'm going to do from the center here to the center here. Pull that on down. Okay. And from here to here, that angle. And from here to here, we'll get that angle. And last but not least, we're going to mark the dimension center here, right there. Okay, and that's it for this drawing. Now I'm going to go up here to this guy, and alright, we're going to go from here, zoom in, I don't get a green line, to right there. And I'm going to go from here back out, yeah, to right here. And I'm going to go from here to here. So I have 3 dimensions right here as far as that's concerned. Escape, inch this guy up a little bit, inch this guy up just a smidge right here. Alright, next we're going to do the radius of this curve right there. And then we're going to do radius of that curve. Nope. I'm going to do the radius of the escape dimension. Radius of that curve. And didn't mean to do that. I wanted to do that. Do the radius distance from there to there. And the distance from there to there. Alright, so just, ooh. We got a lot of stuff shoved on here, and it looks like we're breaking a lot of rules, but there really just isn't a good way to do this one. I'm going to pull this out a little bit right there. Alright. Okay, so there's it for that. And then last but not least, we're going to go over here and do the center lines for these circles right there like that. And we're going to do the dimensions of them. And this last little bit right here. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Wheel is all done, but I'm really not happy with this. Go back over here. I'm going to change that back to a 2 to 1 scale. I'm going to move that over here just a smidge, which allows me to bring that in a little bit closer. And now we have, there's our last sheet. Just to kind of a last visual, you know, move things around just a smidge until you're happy with them. And that should have all your views. You're now done.